I was only a kid. I was only some like, I would have been 22, 23. I caught a bunch of coppers sniffing coke. Mind, I had about nearly 3/4 ounce between them on a sink in my club. So of course I went in and grabbed the kids. They were all pulled the badges out. So of course I've had a bit of wrestle with them. You know what I mean? Because I put 2 on the horse and I the other one, the main one, and the staff who took his gear off him. Chief Inspector come down, lost his job, started losing his contracts with the doors, and just fucked my life up ever since. They were concerned at first that you were paranoid, you know, delusional and all that kind of thing, and they did a lot of digging, and the facts are you were persecuted by Northumbria Police, and it was really affecting your frame of mind. It was making you very stressed, very depressed, you know, and you were struggling to cope. And they were saying on that note, you know, that there was no psychotic episode, you know, any evidence of anything like that. The police hate me. They cannot stand me. If I got shot in the middle of the night, right, then I would get arrested for it and possibly charged.
Received some information that there may be persons or persons who may want to cause you some harm.
Right. To do with this case with my kids?
Totally nothing to do with that.
I've got no ricks with anybody. I've been off the doors for nearly 5 years. The only disputes I've got with anybody nowadays is the ongoing one with
Moat.
One of the guys who did get a hold of it was something to do with his wife. I'd been speaking with his wife. He kept turning up and announcing he was going to do this, that and the other, but he ended up tossing that bloke off the balcony, didn't he, instead? So he's in jail. You know, you've got us winding myself up in the house here, right? You know, you create the possibility of flaring something up, but the only enemy that I really have got locally. Now, with regards to the kind of things that he does, I mean, I've had slashed tyres on the truck recently, you know, I've had a broken window, but what I'm saying to you, it's putting me and him at loggerheads again, and if it's not him, you need to tell us. I think what's been happening here is you have got specific information, and I think it's a deliberate attempt to get me wound up, you know, under the present circumstances. That's how I've taken it.
We have not given you that information with the intention of getting you wound up deliberately. That's not a tactic that Northumbria Police would use.
I just think the timing's just too perfect. Just for me to jump out my house in my boxers and get a hold of that skinny little Kermit chin and knock him would just be fantastic for Northumbria Police right now. I'm
completely at a loss as to why you causing harm to would be of benefit to Northumbria Police.
The dependent case at the minute, you know, you're trying to prove that I'm out of control, that I'm violent. It's part of that hunting season on Mr. Moat again, I think, by Northumbria Police.
Well, I can assure you there's no hunting season on Mr. Moat.
I'm in the opinion now, I said, let's just make a deal. Just make a deal. I'm not gonna admit to this, but this is something I haven't done, and this is something that'll affect the kids forever. It's one of them things where they would just say, look, that's it. You know, you can't live with your kids. I was a bad man from every angle, and I'm getting crucified. My family's being, everything I've worked hard for, I've lived in England on my own. I've been a loner, away from all my family, and my whole life was based on building my family with these girls. These girls are everything to me. Everything. I'm a protector, you know. I'd rather do a 10 steps than have these kids taken off me, right? It's the worst thing that could possibly happen. It might be known to a lot of people. It's a big deal to me, because then what have I got? I've got nothing. In 2005, I got 186 roadside stops. 186, you know. I mean, it's just beyond the joke. So of course, when the police have got this one chance to get us, they've not half used it, mind, and they've hammered it, absolutely hammered it, you know. Hello, I'll spell the first name for you. It's R-A-O-U-L, and the surname is Moat, M-O-A-T. I would like to have a psychiatrist, psychologist, have a word with me regularly on a regular basis to see if there's somewhere underlying, like where, you know, a problem that I haven't seen. You know, it's easy for me to say I don't do anything wrong, but I would like a professional, you know, not a DIY thing, you know, a professional thing for someone to come along and say, look, there's area for improvement here. This is a problem. Why don't we just have this kind of sit me down and say, right, okay, I want to see you regularly. Then we can move towards where your areas of fault are. We can enhance on these areas, you know, and work with us. This is one of the things I'm suggesting, you know, and to me that would be the most, you know, spend some money in trying to get this family back together instead of splitting it up, you know. If I'm fault myself in any way, I'm open to all kinds of suggestions, but I refuse to spend the rest of my time fighting with social services. I've got this size that it's a massive drawback that I can't express myself, and I have done my best to come in and not blow my stack in. There's times when it's difficult, you know. You know, people have been trying to bait us into doing it, you know. I do feel sometimes it's the way.
That's not the person, that's not the outcome that we
It does feel like that though, but this is all I'm saying, that there's a huge difference between me intimidating someone and someone feeling intimidated. I don't have a relationship with Sam that you think I have, right? I mean, you'd think a good punch to the back would sort it out, wouldn't you? You know, Sam's very difficult for me to deal with. You know, I mean, I can't pull any strings with Sam, right? Sam's our own person. The fact of the matter is, I don't have that kind of relationship where I overpower her. I promised the kids a farm long ago. Get a farm with a lake with a fishing, you know, where we could go fishing on a lake, like what I had when I lived with me Yankee when I was a kid, right? The time is 11 o'clock. And it's another session of, no doubt, Raoul is a bad man, and we are wonderful. Right, and I'm not putting up with this kind of rubbish, right? I'm recording everything. I record everything, because I'm sick and tired of the lies, right? No, I'm not recording this conversation. Well, I find it worrying the way that you refuse to expect any responsibility from members of staff in here that I bent. We've seen her kicked off in McDonald's. You know what I mean? I want to know why she's saying it, because she's just barefaced lied. You feel like I've been tried, convicted and gone to jail right now, in the sense that, you know, I'm in the house on my own, you know, I can't be around my loved ones. I know I'm not in jail, but it feels like I'm already in jail and I have been for some time. Special notes, social services are Bye.